Hi, I'm Ladey Adey from Pink Parties Press. Today, this is the part four of the series of articles about how to start and how to finish your book. Part one was why you wanted to write a book. Part two, what genre would you choose? Part three was writing your copy. And today is part four, finishing your manuscript. Now, a friend of mine asked me recently, how do I know when I've finished writing? A great question. Now, we're not talking about the finished article, the published book at this stage. We are talking about the material, your copy, which in fact is your raw manuscript, the very first manuscript that you write, where you say all you can about your story. Now, I hate to break this to you, but this is really the start of your author journey. The time when you've just spent a lot of time just between you and your book. That has been what you've just done, spent however long it is that you've done. Some people take years at this stage, but it's rather like the dependency of a newborn baby. Now there's a lot more growing to do. For a book, this means many processes before you can come to a clean copy or a clean manuscript. You have got an unedited, a pure raw copy, possibly containing thousands of words, but this is now your springboard to produce it as a book. Now you're probably wondering if the writing's all done. Well, actually, you've done really well, because the writing is hard and it's a huge commitment to undergo. But here are some tips about completing that first manuscript. I will start with 5 warnings, because what is it that will prevent you from writing the words "the end" to know that your writing is finished? 1 is if you've got hooked on research. Now, you've probably enjoyed this part very much and you feel that your writing is incomplete or there's more research to be had. There's always more research to be found. But if it comes up, you can do it later. You can add it at another point. Don't let the thought that you must research absolutely everything to stop you from going to the next stage. Second thing could be that you think there's not enough word count, not enough pages. I mean, do you really want your book to be as thick as War and Peace and be used as a doorstop? The chances are, no, you don't. There's no point in writing just for the sake of writing. You need to let the characters develop at the writing stage to take them through the plot. And in the non-fiction books, set your chapters so that you cover all you need to do in your chapter and in a logical way. Once the points that you have wanted to communicate have been put down on paper, put down the pen. Stop tapping the keyboard. Danger number 3 is that you've hit the wall, the writer's block. You're stuck and frustration has crept in. So each time you sit down to write something, nothing actually comes. Now, you need to go and revisit part 3, where we talked about the writing exercise and what you can do to re-energize yourself. Perhaps more research or questions at this point to friends to reboot your interest and determination for this final stage in your writing. Perfectionism, part 4, tip 4. You want everything to be absolutely and utterly correct and at a stage that will engage your readers, and you've gone probably further in your head than you actually need to. Now, good thoughts, but sometimes good enough is quite simply enough. Pass by your internal high standards and realize that some of them will never be realized. Go with what you have, what writing you have in your files today, and know that they are good enough to do the job. Warning 5 is resistance. Resistance and the fear of letting go. Well, how does resistance manifest itself that stops you from moving forward? Are you besieged with thoughts such as, this writing is not good enough? Who will want to read my book anyway? Or it's not as good as someone else. My writing is not ready. It can always be not ready. Read Stephen Pressfield's The War of Art book and take notes from it. Disallow fear to take hold of your thoughts of your writing not being good enough. You are worthy of being an author. You are an author. You're great. You've come this far, so keep pushing through. Because what you want is to write the words "the end" at the end of that final page, the final paragraph. Now, to get there, the chapters have to have a logical order, and deep down, you're pleased at their development. This is point number 1, to know that actually you have finished this raw data. Point 2 is the word and page count feels right to you. 3, you have reached your deadline and resisted the urge to extend it. 4, all the research you have undertaken has come to its natural conclusion. You do not pressurize yourself to continue research, and there is so much data that is not included, which is quite important. So let me say that again. You have researched and you have got files of data that are not included, more than what is included. Why is this important? It's because your words and interpretations need to use the research to enhance them and give depth to your writing, and not the other way round. 5, you've said all you need to say. Your characters have said all you need to say. Your chapters on non-fiction have gone through the process that you need to communicate. So type in the words "the end." Obviously, you won't put that in the final one, but know that you have finished this stage. This is a massive achievement to get so far and have a manuscript of raw copy. You perhaps don't realize this, but it really is a big achievement. Congratulations. With your raw copy, you now have 2 important decisions to make. 1, is this the end of the road? Are you happy with what you have produced, what you've written? But that writing was actually for you, so it's not going further. Or is it more like a natural junction, a turning, a T-junction, if you like, in your journey? And now you've come to a point where you have to move on, albeit in an unfamiliar direction, but it's moving forward. Because the next stage or level is about preparing your book to get to the clean copy, the clean manuscript stage. And this involves a whole host of new skills, and most probably, or definitely, the help of other people. You want other people to help you with the editing, the proofreading, the beta reading, and a whole series of other tasks that you can do so far, but actually other people need to input. So you have to begin to let go now of that personal interaction you have between you and your writing. You are on to that next stage. A next stage, which is actually another series of articles. So what do I want you to do? I want you to think how you feel, or how you will feel, how you do feel when you finish your book at the raw copy stage. Will you take it on to the next stage? What is your answer to those last 2 questions? Drop me a line or comment and let me know. This is Ladey Adey. Keep writing and keep unfrozen. Some background on me. My name is Ladey Adey. I am a publisher and author. I've written 5 books and got a couple in the pipeline. I've co-authored books with my daughter Abbirose and published numerous books for other authors. I've been featured on the ALLi, which is the Alliance for Independent Authors blog, and I'm a host of the Ladey Adey Show, a podcast all about books. I started my professional career in the 1980s as a typesetter, layout artist and designer for technical publications, and I was the editor of the company's newsletters. I am continually amazed at how far technology has come and have genuinely fallen in love with InDesign and subtitling. So I publish for other authors. But when I'm not publishing books for them or for myself, you can usually find me in the garden talking to God, and activities include brick building, dry stone walling, or mosaics as I design and build features in my garden. It's always open for a visit. So this is Ladey Adey. I will speak with you soon.